Hey guys, Dante here, and it's time for another video. What's going on, guys? So, the Hydro Balls have just arrived, and now I'm going to continue the build on the Paludarium. It's been like a 2-day wait, so I'm really psyched to get back to work on this thing. So let's get started. So here we are. I just added the Hydro Balls. Unfortunately, they made a real mess of the water, so I had to drain it. Because everything was just coated in clay. You can actually see that the water is still cloudy from the clay. Yeah, so I decided to drain the water. We'll put fresh water in later. Right now I'm just going to put together the land half. So after a lot of trial and error, which I did off camera, I had to use all the Hydro Balls that I got. I was hoping not to use any because, look at that, that is not going to be enough land space for my plants. So I have to make a decision. Do I want to go like no plants and just like focus on moss, which I did harvest from my backyard. I did get some moss from my backyard, and I'm sorry to drop that water on the thing that was bugging me. Or do I want to focus on the water half and only have water plants? I'll tell you what I come up with in a second. So I decided to do both. Focus on the land and the water. Well, plant-wise. I decided to go with some shells. I decided not to care how high the drainage layer went, because I'll just make up for it with substrate. And since there was a part where the water was seeping up, I decided to make a little pond. So that will be a little pond area on the land half. So I guess I'm going with a kind of a marshy feel for the tank. Like a jungle marsh or lagoon sort of situation, which I actually like. Oh, as you can see, I put down the barrier layer between the Hydro Balls and the Eco Earth substrate. This is that biodegradable weed block mesh that I got. And don't worry, it contains no toxins, no repellents, no anything that would make the animals sick. Though it is made of corn, which kind of worries me because of the whole biodegradable thing, I'm worried that over time I'll have to replace it. Which I guess I would be okay with because Eco Earth has to be switched out once in a while when you clean. So yeah, I'll hit that roadblock when it comes. But yeah, what do you guys think so far? Next, I'll be adding the Eco Earth substrate, so let me get to that. Okay, so new plan. No pond. I couldn't figure out how to make a good barrier layer between the water and the soil, and it became quite a mess. I even had to redo everything because some of the Eco Earth got into the Hydro Balls, and we all know what happens with that. It molds, it infects the water, it just becomes a nightmare. So I had to clean out everything, but I got everything clean again. You don't have to worry about the murky water. I don't have the pump on, so it's not circulating. But I did just finish putting in the base layer of dirt, and the pond has been converted into a gravel bed. So that's good. It also filled up the part where the water was seeping in, so the soil won't get all muddy and gross. So that's good. So with that done, I am gonna go get my plants and start planting a bit. Sound good, guys? Let's get to it. So here are the plants that are going to be going into the Paludarium. We got some golden pothos, aka golden devil's ivy. The zebra wandering Jew plant. I'll be propagating them down a lot because, as you see, it grows like crazy, and I kind of want to start anew with that plant. You know, just a few clippings here and there, and trim them as I go. I also have some moss that I harvested from my backyard, and there's two other plants that I'm not going to show right now, but I am going to tell you what they are. I have two species of air plants, which are plants that don't need to be planted in soil. They get all the nutrients from the moisture in the air. They have these little white hairs that collect the moisture and any nutrients that the air may have. They're pretty cool, pretty hardy if you know how to take care of them properly. Actually, there they are. Here are my two species. I do not know what they are, but yeah, that. And I'm also going to be putting in Java fern for the water. But I'm not certain if I need a heater yet or not, because the water goes down to 64, and I have no idea how that's going to affect anything. So yeah, let me get planting, okay? Be back shortly. Bye. Guys, it's done. Are you ready to see it? Well, here you go. Check out, guys. The Paludarium is complete. This took me a week to make, but it was so worth the effort. So let me show you what I put in the land half. So first off, you can see is the moss I collected from outside. I may move that little bit just so I can move these guys, the pothos. I originally had 3 plants, but I decided to go with the two shortest of the 3, just because I think these two look better in it, and it'll allow them to grow more efficiently. And then when they're big enough to propagate, I can trim them off and put them back in their original pot. I love pothos. Just a hardy plant. They won't die on you. I mean, at least the golden won't. But again, that's just golden. Okay, I am like super tired, guys, so I'm not thinking that clearly, but yep. So we have moss, we got pothos, we got this guy over here, which is my zebra wandering Jew plant. These guys are actually from Central America, and they grow like crazy. I mean, you saw the plant earlier, right? These are just small clippings of the end bits. The end bits. And look how many I got. I got 1, I got 2, 3, 4, 5, And I like number 5 a lot because that one flowers. Hang on. As you can see there, I can't zoom in. Let me zoom in. Or there we go. Focused on the moss. I don't want the moss. Anyways, you see those little dried up bits there? Those are actually old flower buds. Yeah, this thing like will bloom every other day. So now I just have to wait for this piece to root and start flowering. It looks so great in this tank. They have these cute little purple flowers. And that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, I put the driftwood back into place. I added the final piece there. And now I just have to wait for the water to clear up. Then, once the water clears, I decide on what what animals to put in. Which is a lot harder than I thought it would be because there are not many fish that can handle like really cold water. And I don't have the money now to get a tiny heater for this tank. Nor do I think I want to. I'm like out of outlets. But this is just another bridge I have to cross when I come to it. So yeah, that's it, guys. Thank you for sticking with me this entire time. I hope it was worth it. Before you leave, don't forget to click the bell icon for notifications for future videos. Also hit the like button. And lastly, subscribe. Thank you guys, and I'll see you all next time. Bye.